Life inside America's deadliest maximum security prison. In the middle of nowhere. There's a place people aren't meant to survive. Walls so thick no sound escapes. Windows so narrow you can't see the sky. A place designed not just to contain people, but to erase them. ADX Florence, the most secure federal prison in the United States. A fortress for the worst of the worst, terrorists, serial killers, cartel kings. But in cell 303, was a man whose only weapon was a piano key. This is the true story of Marcus Allen, a father, a teacher, a dreamer, sentenced to die in silence. A man who lost everything but his soul. The man before the cage. Before prison walls swallowed his voice, Marcus Allen was the sound of his school. He taught music to kids who had never touched an instrument. He told them, "Your life is a song. Make it a good one." He met Denise in college. They married young, danced to Coltrane at their wedding, and held their newborn daughter Tiana like she was made of glass. Every night, he'd tuck her in, sit at the edge of her bed, and hum her lullaby, the same one his mother used to hum when storms shook their house. Marcus wasn't rich. He didn't drive fancy cars. But his life was full. And he was proud. Until one mistake, not his own, took it all away. The arrest. August 4, 2005. Two men robbed a gas station. A clerk was shot. The suspects ran. Marcus was 2 blocks away, packing up band equipment in his classroom. Someone thought he looked like the guy in the hoodie. Police picked him up for questioning. He thought it would be 10 minutes. It turned into a nightmare that would last 14 years. At the trial, there was no DNA, no gun, no motive. Just one eyewitness, unsure, but persuasive. Marcus begged the jury to believe him. "I was with my students. I didn't do this." But fear speaks louder than facts. And in a broken system, a good man can vanish. He was found guilty. Life without parole. His daughter was 9. ADX Florence, the box. After 5 years in state prison, where he was jumped, stabbed, and kept in a cell with 3 others, Marcus got into a fight defending a new inmate. That earned him a label, violent, and a ticket to ADX Florence, where the most dangerous inmates in the country are buried alive. Cell 303. That was his number. Not his name anymore. 23 hours a day in isolation. 1 hour in a yard the size of a dog kennel. Alone. There's a scream that only happens in ADX, Marcus once said. It's not fear. It's not pain. It's emptiness. He kept himself alive with routines. He did push-ups. He counted bricks. He recited music theory aloud to no one. Most importantly, he hummed. Every day, he hummed that lullaby. The one he used to sing to Tiana. I used to imagine she could hear me through the walls. I'd tell her, "Daddy's still here, baby girl." Still singing. Hope in a letter. One day, after more than a decade, a letter came. A real one. From a stranger. Rebecca Trent was a paralegal, young, determined. She had read Marcus's file by chance. Something didn't sit right. She started digging. She found buried notes. A witness who had recanted. A fingerprint that was never tested. A suspect who matched the profile, who was already serving time in Texas for another robbery. She wrote, "Marcus, I believe you. And I'm going to prove it." It took 2 more years. Court battles. Hearings. Reluctant apologies. But on October 9, 2019 the charges were dropped. Freedom after 5,110 days behind bars. Marcus Allen walked out a free man. He was thinner, quieter. He flinched at every loud sound. He hadn't touched another human being in 10 years. But he smiled when he saw Tiana, now a college student. She ran to him and held him like she did when she was small. Tiana had studied criminal justice, to fight for others like her dad. Marcus had missed her first steps, her first school concert, her prom. But I made it to her graduation, he said. And that mattered. A song that never died. Today, Marcus speaks to schools, prisons, churches. He created Cell 303, a non-profit to help others wrongfully imprisoned. He never got a formal apology or a settlement, but he got his voice back. He tells kids, you are more than what the world tells you. Even if they put you in a box, you can still sing. In a place meant to break the mind. He found a way to bend the light. And though justice came late, love waited. Marcus Allen was exonerated in 2019. He now lives in Atlanta with his daughter, Tiana. His nonprofit, Cell 303, works to support families affected by wrongful imprisonment and bring awareness to solitary confinement abuse. Building a legacy in the years following his release, Marcus became a beacon of hope for those who felt trapped in their circumstances. He dedicated himself fully to his nonprofit, Cell 303, pouring his heart into helping families torn apart by wrongful convictions. Each story he shared echoed the fundamental lesson he had learned: resilience is born from silence and suffering. As he stepped onto stages across the country, he encouraged everyone he met to harness their voice. Your story matters, he would say, and never let it be silenced. With each encounter, his message resonated, planting seeds of courage in the hearts of countless individuals yearning for change. Marcus's journey wasn't just about reclaiming his life, it was a collective awakening for many. In his workshops, he emphasized the power of community, urging participants to lean on one another, especially in their darkest moments. We're stronger together, he would remind them, fostering connections among those often overlooked or dismissed. Tiana, now by his side, often shared her own experiences, intertwining her father's story with her own dreams for justice reform. Their bond, forged in shared adversity, became a source of strength, illuminating pathways for others seeking to reclaim their narratives. If you found this exploration insightful, subscribe to Untold Truth for more deep dives into the hidden stories shaping our world. Share your thoughts on life inside America's deadliest maximum security prison in the comments below.